Yeah, this video is pretty much two completely unrelated trips that I just happened to put in the same video because they didn't really fit anywhere else, so I don't really have an intro plan, so we're just going to jump into the first trip on February 8th. This day we were going to the depot to see 1071, the C&J Heritage Unit, and before we could even get there, CPKC 231 cleared. And then a KCS Ace trailing, which I was kind of upset about missing, but I wasn't too upset because it was 4184, a KCS Ace I've literally seen before. And soon after we got there, I'd be redeemed in the CPKC department because NS60A appeared out of thin air with a CP leader with cages, indicating that it had probably been to Mexico, and a KCS Givo trailing. They even gave us a horn salute.
I called it.
It was quite a long wait after that for our target of 25p, so I spent the time chatting with the two other Railfans, Liam and Lincoln from Lincoln's Trains. The train jump-scared us out of thin air when we were least expecting it, just like 60A had, and of course C&J was leading. I was very fortunate to catch this train since 25p normally passes in the dead of night, but it got super delayed on this day. After that, we stuck around a little longer because we checked heritage units and realized that 4002 and 1800 had gone west on intermodals yesterday, and they might come back. Normally we would have just left because it could have been hours before they showed up, but the eastbound signal was green, so we held out hope. It was B09. And even more disappointingly, it had C6Ms. This train's infamous for always having -9s on it because it's a local, but no! Now it has C6Ms. Awesome. And this has been like a month since this has been recorded. They haven't left. Skipping over my mission Lackawanna, we jump ahead to February 18th. On this day, I had the goal of seeing NS38 the brick on the geometry train. And it came through an hour and a half after we left. But I ended up seeing two really cool things during this trip, so it still was a very fun time. I was out with Liam again, and we started out on the other side of the depot. We ended up seeing these two gondolas, which had recently been moved in. We were confused as the rail grinder had been taking up this siding last time. There was a train stopped far down by the other siding when we got there, and so it didn't take too long for it to throttle up. We thought it was the brick because it had an NSGE leading. It wasn't, it was 31Q. But it had an ACC trailing third, aw yeah. After that, because of the whole backlit high sun situation, and that there was a bunch of random maintenance of way workers crowding on that side of the depot, which we didn't like, we decided to cross, and also so we could check the signals to see if the brick was coming. When we got there, all the westbound signals were red, and so were the eastbound signals. That made us very confused when we heard a weird horn in the distance coming from the east, and then we saw flashing ditch lights round the curve. And, well... Yep, the rail grinder was back. The large one, LMIX 3417, that we had seen sitting at the depot during the mission Lackawanna, was now moving into the maintenance sidings. It had been working this day, and I had actually seen it the previous day going through the Chesterton cam, so I knew that it was working in the area. I also knew that it was being stored in the LaPorte sidings overnight, but I had no idea that I was about to witness it moving into them. Shots of the rail grinder moving are insanely rare for obvious reasons, since they're as-needed maintenance of way vehicles. Wish I could have seen it actually grinding, because that's really cool, but hey, I'll take one of these unique machines moving. This is also the first time I've ever seen anything move on this siding. You can actually see the rail grinder in this footage sink down from the well-laid track work on the crossing to the crappily laid track work on the rip track. Now I'm going to shut up so you can take in the sights and sounds of this awesome machine rolling to a stop. After being absolutely awestruck at the sight of LMIX 3417 moving, well, the surprises weren't done yet, because just as the end was coming into sight, Liam pointed over at something. I was confused because I was filming, but after I took a brief second to look, I realized, well... Yep, LMIX 605, the smaller rail grinder, was following 3517 into the rip track, which meant I got to see this one move too, and coupled with the large rail grinder. I just also want to point out, this is the first time I've caught something engaging a coupling on camera. Yes, I checked all of my videos to make sure. I cannot believe this is the first time. After the rail grinder stopped, the crew got out and began tying it down by activating the brake wheels on each individual car. We also did a bunch of other weird stuff. I don't know, I don't know too much about rail grinders, so I'm not exactly sure what they were doing, but it looked pretty cool. The rail grinders sat around for quite a while, and I took the opportunity to get more roster shots. I'm not going to show all of them again, but check out my Railroad Picture Archives if you want to see all of them. Either way, that was pretty much the end. After that, we gave up on seeing the brick because, well, we already saw this insanity, and it was getting late. So after that, we left for the day. And that brings this video to an end. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to come back next time. Wait a minute, that's my old catchphrase, gosh darn it. Catch those units while you can, especially the rail grinders, and I will see you in the next video.